My half-brother forged our father's will. He thought he inherited everything, but he missed the holographic will hidden in the basement. When my father died, my half-brother Mark tried to steal my $5 million inheritance. He produced a forged will cutting me out of everything. Mark was about to win in probate court until I remembered a specific, obscure place my father hid important things. The document I found wasn't typed or witnessed. It was a simple, old, handwritten letter called a holographic will that destroyed Mark's forgery and sent him to prison. My father was worth $10 million, mostly in commercial land and stock. I expected the estate to be split 50-50 between me and my half-brother Mark. Mark was always the greedy one, constantly asking Dad for money. 3 days after the funeral, Mark filed a document with the probate court. It was a brand new, typed will, allegedly signed by my father 1 month before he died, leaving 100% of the estate to Mark, claiming I was financially secure and didn't need it. The will looked legitimate. Mark had two shady friends sign as witnesses. My lawyer filed a will contest, arguing forgery and lack of testamentary capacity, that Dad wasn't of sound mind. But without a smoking gun, we were losing. The judge was ready to rule in Mark's favor. I went back to my childhood home, feeling defeated. I sat in the dusty basement thinking about Dad. He was old school. He didn't trust lawyers much, and he never threw away important notes. I suddenly remembered his strange habit of hiding things he didn't want Mom to find behind a loose brick in the old fireplace chimney. I pried the brick loose. Inside, I found a thin, yellowed piece of paper. It was entirely handwritten by my father, dated 5 years ago. It stated clearly, "I leave my entire estate, equally divided, to my 2 children. This will supersedes all prior documents." Crucially, it had his signature at the bottom. My lawyer gasped when he saw it. This was a holographic will. In our state, if the entire document is in the testator's, that is father's, own handwriting, it is valid even without witnesses. It was legally recognized. But the real power was a final sentence he added. Any future will must be countersigned by my longtime family attorney, Mr. Davis. Mark's forged will was typed, signed without Mr. Davis, and was dated later than my father's handwritten note. This single final clause in the holographic note proved Mark's will was not only fraudulent, but invalid by my father's own specified terms. When the judge saw the holographic will, he was furious. He immediately called the police. Mark's so-called witnesses suddenly couldn't be reached. Mark was arrested for forgery and elder abuse. The probate court ruled his fraudulent will void. The holographic will established the 50-50 split. However, because Mark committed a crime against the estate, the court seized his entire $5 million share to pay off the huge federal fines and restitution related to his fraud. I ended up inheriting almost the entire $10 million estate, all because my father chose a brick chimney over a safe deposit box. Mark's greed cost him his freedom and his inheritance. The law sided with me, but fighting your own brother in court leaves a permanent scar. The question is, if you discovered your sibling forged a will, would you pursue criminal charges against them, or would you settle civilly to keep the peace in the family? Tell me your moral verdict in the comments.